Hello then folks, welcome back. This is Gnomes and this is another day of live stream. So today we're not going to be too long, but we have more time. I'm beginning now in a more regular time, right? So this is positive. Let's give myself 1 hour. I think this is enough here to get working, and some soundtrack. So here again, this is miscellaneous rigging, and I have, you see, all these lists are not a too long list, but stuff here are a bit of annoying. I've been sort of but the most complex things here are just these ones, the mouth rigging and the pelvis rigging. So the rest is like essentially, yeah, cloth rigging may be a little troublesome, but we are gonna try to solve whichever we can from this list. So let's start immediately. Here I've reduced the compositing, I've disabled it. The sound is a bit too loud. Let's correct this. And hold on folks, little problem here. All right, loud for me, that is all right. So the thing that worth doing here, let's fix this again. This is the conclude this. I've done this once to gain a bit of experience. Check height model sheet to 3D character. So this is like nightmarish rigging, but I know how to solve it. I know it works, so I'm gonna do this now, and I've even gonna make it highlight, because this is maybe can be interesting. It's interesting to know that this works, this method works on certain basic setups, right? Maybe it will fail depending on the rig, but in this case this will work. So highlight, let's start here folks. So there is a big problem here. Something happened to the rig, my rigged model, that the model sheet, you see that I have here, it we don't see very well. I need to get the proper, select the grease pencil object, then we going to look at the, not the viewport, but the here, this data tab, and then I want to look at precisely the, yeah, so the cloth, the costume we don't want, so just more about the body. And okay, so we can already see from the side the body is not too much relevant here, but yes, so what's happening is that something happened to my model, that I didn't touch the model sheet. What I touched was the something about the armature, or the, yeah, the skeleton or the mesh. Something made the head warp upwards, you see, so it's sort of not detached from the rest, but it's sort of moved up with all of the features of the head. So this is very, very nightmarish. I think that happened because something regarding I-key and maybe some wrong application of, you see something, maybe something like that. But I was using some I-key on the spine and connected parenting for the bones of the spine, and that happens that if I move this up, of course not in here but on pose mode, this will, well, I can even do that because the parent is connected, but it will move all the rest up like in a chain, in a very specific way. So we can't see this here, and yeah, so I just cannot reproduce it, but understand that that this messed up, whichever thing that happened, messed up with my whole rig. And now I've tried to fix it by calculating the distance, and I'll have to do this again. So what I'm going to do is fix this nightmare by selecting all the objects, all the meshes, whichever, and moving partially the mesh of the body, which contains the head, upwards to the amount that it's required. So you see I have this signing here. This 3D cursor already pinpoints where the joint of the neck and the head should be, but actually this should be, it wasn't enough. And now actually you see the drawing, we don't see very well, but the neck will be here and here. So I need to also, let's make sure I'm looking at the right, yeah, so this will be the right one. Okay folks, so we need to pull back the neck maybe, and push up the whole thing. So it doesn't need to be perfect, because this height, then there's the, and then the top of the, you see the top, the head is still not on the right, so we need to improve this. So maybe I'll need to use this wireframe viewport display type. Anyways, we use this, it will be simpler. So to solve this nightmare, I don't know any other way, because there are too many things involved, right, in this case. But I already fixed that once and it worked, so let's go and solve these nightmarish things. Maybe this can help another condition. So actually let's disable this for now. And sorry, it's a bit confusing, but this is a confusing thing, pretty daunting thing. I was scared to mess up everything. So what we need, unhide all the mesh of the body, unhide, because we'll deform, not deform, we'll get a threshold of mesh here. We can temporarily hide this. That is the mesh that was affected. So all this mesh was affected, and so I'm gonna exclude the breast region, because this we can solve later. So it's more about the shoulders that need to raise up, because they also were affected. Something about the bone of the spine, or maybe some bone of the lower of the spine below the shoulders connection. Then it moved everything down at some point, and that's why I'm having to fix this now in this terrible nightmarish way. Okay, so I have this mesh selected, and I can try to solve. This will mess up a lot of other things, but that's okay. So here I'm going to calculate a GZ on global, the amount of 0.087 meters. 0.082. Well, 0.082. All right, and click. Then here from the side, I think that this time this will be enough. This time I'll make sure that I compare properly. Yes, so this is already good. Then I'm gonna move Y, because why not? Since I've spotted that this can improve this, although those who can okay, so maybe this is, this looks good. So I think this thing for the mesh of the body, which is the only thing that we need to go on edit mode. Then I'm gonna pick all of the elements. So now actually the armature, go on edit mode. Sorry, I was mistaken. The armature, which affects everything as a whole, should be okay. Let's use this select all. Okay, let's unhide all of the bones, and now again let's make a selection, because I want to move everything in sync. Here there's a question, which bone should I include or exclude from this thing? So I think if I deselect these ones and move up, let's see what happens. Yeah, indeed. So I probably want to be moving, yeah, these bones here. Oh, there's some, okay. That's, oh, the hair, okay. This is also important. Um, this is for the arm, yeah, and this is the torso. This doesn't need, there's a master bone. Or, no, this is the, it's a master bone, center of gravity, I guess. Okay, so this is stretching these two bendy bones, the control and the deform bone. And from the front, so you see how complicated that gets. So now I'm gonna GZ positively on the 0.082, right? And those other numbers value, I think that they are irrelevant, because maybe later I've just repositioned some bones and whatever, so it doesn't, these minor details are irrelevant, I think. Because the armature and the mesh, in most cases, it's not perfectly matching any absolute value, it's just some approximation, right? The bone's positioning, except for certain very specific positioning, right, folks? So here, this seems to be working fine. But it's not over, because we moved all that. Some parts of the cloth, yeah, some other objects might have been messed up, like the eyes. So now we need to, now the body and the armature, the body mesh object was solved, the armature was solved, and now fortunately this is not causing a lot of problem for the appearance, right? There's nothing in the mouth here, so it's just the eyes. Let's enable all this to, so I'm gonna move all these objects, all of them, and all of the hair. Hold control and then hold shift. Okay, all free to here. Let's also, so here only certain cloths really require this thing. Oh yes, indeed. So actually, okay, this pingent, these things are for the head, so I'm gonna move these objects, and then for the shirt and manteau we'll go on edit mode and do the same thing for the body. I forgot that, folks. So GZ 0.082. So these objects will make sure, right, if we go back, you see it fixes the face, all right, in the minimum details that were needed. Then here the other parts of the lower parts of the cloth, so they are not affected. So I need to now get, maybe hide everything, just want the shirt and this. So here do more or less the same thing, so I pick this and this. Yeah, we need to go on X-ray, select vertices. Let's make sure we get everything from W. I've made the default here box selection. All right, that will go about here. So same idea. After I have to readjust some stuff about the cloth rigging. So I'm not really, it's not really problematic right now. So just fix a little more here. So GZ 0.082. I've written that on a piece of paper, and there we go. So I'm not sure, this looks a bit weird, but this should be working. All right. So this is really annoying. So but now I've sort of rematched this madness. Yeah, this is details that I can adjust manually the mesh, so this is not a big problem. But the height were so different, and the problem is the mesh, the model was rigged already, so all the bones, everything, and and it was not the whole body, just parts of the body, right? Just the head and the upper torso, the arms and the head. So, and then hair, you name it, right? Eyes, feature. So this is the highlight, folks. Maybe this will help someone. So this is nightmarish and finally solved. Let's save here. Yes, yes, totally. So now this seems to be matching, folks. Just let our latest revision here. Oops, not this. I need to assess the strokes. Not this, the body. Oh, the clothes are not selectable. Anyways, okay, the body here. Need the stroke to be selected, alright. Yeah, here's a leveled up a little too much. Ah, we have some problems there apparently. Really? Okay, but this is not so complicated as... Oh, this is because of the... It's because this model has... The bodies of one character, the head is here. Is the head of this character. So apparently I've got something messed up with the breast, while all the rest seems to be proportional. I don't know how that ended up happening. It's not that... Oh, maybe, of course, I haven't redrawn this this model sheet, so wow, this creates a lot of confusion. I've rescaled it, right? So in principle, it's not incorrect. It's just the long time I've done this, so I've just forgot, folks. So this solves one major problem here finally. So today, let's copy this value here. So today, 17. It's already 18 October today, but barely, so it still counts as yesterday for me. So this is first thing solved, and we can address now immediately some cloth rigging, because those things have been waiting. I already have the cloth rigging, the hair rigging with physics even wiggled to a dawn. So why can't I get these things fixed now for the wave painting of the clothes? I've learned a new technique, folks, so let's do something here. Maybe this is worth another... Oh, no, okay. Maybe this is worth another highlight, folks. Yeah, except that this will go... Let's make a few experiments, right? So I'm curious about the... Hold on, let's hide this ghost mesh here for the face. And that's it, yeah. So I'm curious about... I need the armature. Where's the armature? It was hidden, alright. Yeah, so I need to pose the character a little. This file is getting important, so let's make a backup here and save again. Okay, this should be, yeah. The rig test for the, yeah, let's try to do something about, okay, interesting. I've never done that. I don't know if that will work, but let's do a, yeah, let's duplicate this. And yeah, this is horrible because of the so what I want to, but this should be working, right? Yes, this is working. So if I pick both armatures and I GY GZ, okay, so my gosh, but that's okay. I want to assess what's happened to this mesh. It was just an illusion, maybe. It looked like double mesh, but no, never mind. Alright, so I will get both them to rest. Wait, maybe there's an easier way, right? Because what if I shift D this? No, that won't happen. That won't help. Alright, never mind. Why rigged modders are so complicated? What if we did that instead? Shift D. Still happen. Okay, so never mind. I'm gonna load that, of course, but we're gonna check here. So I want this to go on. Oh, this totally deserves a highlight, right, folks? Okay, let's load this. Sorry, folks. If anyone is watching. Okay, let's go here. Let's make a comparison of cloth rigging with different settings for the wave transfer. For this we'll have to suffer a little, maybe regarding the duplicates that we're gonna do here. So to avoid panicking, we maybe should hide these things. Maybe I don't help because the things is the eyelids. Anyways, let's duplicate this. I don't know a better method right now. So shift, pick this, and of course the trousers, the hakama, that whatever name that, shift D, and then you see that happens. This is because of some shrink wrap modifier, but doesn't matter. Just ignore. We could perhaps disable them to, yeah, this, okay, this is a little better. Okay, good solution for just, I'm gonna not save this. This is just so we're gonna pick both these armatures, gonna pick this foot and this master IQ foot, and on just do some posing here. And it's not that the deforms on these trousers they are bad, but I want to compare the results of the wave transfer. So what we're gonna do is that I pick both of them, these armatures. I'm gonna place them at place pose menu. This is a skeleton menu, now it's pose menu. So you're gonna hold Alt rest positions. Okay, so I'm doing this because I believe this okay, delete all groups. This was deleted, but this, okay, delete all groups. So I'm gonna reuse the waves. So from here we don't need the armature, so it's just body and hakama, or the Arabic or Persian name of trouser like that. It's stylish, right? I don't know the name. Anyways, this is wave paint mode, right? Then here waves, transfer waves, and there is some little trick that I've learned but I've never used. So okay, by name, all layers, that's fine. Replace, yes. Nearest face interpolated, usually this is the better one. But now radius. So the least value here, the more precise. But this, in this case, what's happened is that the trousers, these pants, they are a bit too far, right? Unfortunately, I don't see exactly the value, but this is like 10 meters, because the scale of this character, is this correct? So maybe, well, this would be crazy, right? $10 will be about here, maybe 20 meters. Let's try this. Okay, so wait, I'm exaggerating. It's not that like that. Is that the character has, this is 1 meter, so what we need is actually just in this world scale, this is 2 meters, 2. So let's try this, and that would be it. And now for this one, yeah, we don't see anything. I cannot touch, but we can do pose position. Okay, let's see what exactly happened here. Looks not. Maybe I should address the wave painting. No, this will be hard right now. Okay, then let's do it again here. Transfer waves, wave paint mode, waves, transfer waves, and let's try 0.2 instead of 0, I don't know. And this will be more precision. So all the rest are as they were before, just changing this. And so here, pose position. So let's try to compare here. Really, even here is the same, so this is not. Here it seems to be the same. So seriously, there is apparently no difference, no remarkable difference at all. I can't spot anything special. So I don't really know what's happening. I think the 0 is just start to. So I don't know how this thing works. It remains a mystery for myself. It's not also clear because the operator doesn't tell doesn't show the radius, so it's like it's difficult, right, to manipulate that. So bad highlight, folks. At least we see that it made no difference here in this case, but maybe it would be good for another piece of cloth. So maybe I don't do this highlight after all. Too frustrating, right? So here, let's continue rigging the cloth. So here I don't have. Apparently, this was with ray 1. And here we could improve in different ways, right? So basically, I just remembered, folks, I need to redo this. Right, I'll do this for all the clots. So delete all groups. Now I'll just use 0 and that's it. Basically, I'm retransferring the waves so that we can get nearest weights interpolated, right? And then ray radius, yeah. With this new rig, apparently there are some improvements because I have some extra helper bones. Maybe there are some issues, but otherwise, okay. So this is one thing that was achieved. Okay, can check for this. Here we got more waves, so let's delete all groups. Let's do one by one, right? So basically here, yeah, the foot is matching the shoes on the binding pose state, so this seems good. This is what's supposed to happen. So here we got does this got, okay, this is bone parenting and this, otherwise they would have, okay, so you don't need these ones. Shirt, yes, so okay, this is done. Shoes will do it now. Deleted, yeah, not the body, the foot. Okay, already done. So get here and wave paint mode, waves, transfer waves, and here this should be very precise, so just like this. Just to be sure, let's make the tests. And yeah, this seems to be working for the most part. Yeah, that should be enough. Then here for the I need to do something about this bone, right? This bone, yeah, it is working, but there, oh, you see, it's causing some problems. Anyways, this pouch, this would require some specific rigging, right? So for now, delete all groups, transfer waves there, and same thing here. Let's make sure that yeah, it seems to be working. It's not yeah, it's a bag, so pouch, so it should deform a little. Its deform might be improved, but this I can solve with wave painting directly. I don't care. So maybe with some bones, yeah, later. So this is the basal structure, right? This should deform also. Does it have any? No, because she doesn't have a skirt, so there's no special vertex groups here. So delete all groups. So let's get here waves, transfer waves. I don't think this can be done for all the objects at once. Yeah, I think this is singular. Okay, and then here we could probably test some. Yeah, the belt maybe suffers some stuff, but yeah, it seems to be working. So no, there's might be some trouble and some posings, but usually that's fine. Then okay, then the shirt, and I've made change to this mesh, so indeed this delete all groups. Here we see we got some problems. So here's a bit like retopology, right? And let's use some snap to face project and include non-edited. This is solidified vertices, so that doesn't matter. I could just turn off the strange thing here. I see we got some bad things there. Well, how that happened? Did I? Oh yeah, this was the wrong. Would be face nearest if I wanted to do that, right? This solidify is gonna cause big problem if I... Not problem, just a lot of confusion, right? To work on this doesn't work. So just trying to match this to the... in some approximate... yeah, this... No, not this one, so here... And this is super low poly, right? So this can be always I intend actually to improve this this stuff. And so here maybe these faces, they can be helped. This is a little, yeah, this, we're lacking some geometry here. Alright, but this already... What's happening here? Yeah, lack of geometry, alright. And bad, arguable positioning, right? So here let's not snap those things. Yeah, so just a few subdivisions here should help in the end. And yeah, this is for now. Then save here, then get this wave paint. Actually, get this. Okay, no vertex here, so okay, let's do this. Transfer waves, there we go. How that happened? Alright, so something keeps happening about that. there's no bones for this, so I don't know why it is. Oh, the solidify, of course. No, it was enabled, so maybe I shouldn't have messed up with that. So here we could try to improve those. Maybe when I snap those things, I've kinda, yeah, probably was the case. So let's save here, transfer waves once again, and here maybe, I don't know what, why not. I doubt this will make any difference. Maybe this even makes it worse. We can't see, but we haven't solved everything. So basically, lack of geometry, terribly lack of geometry. Probably I can do something about that, especially for, there's a subdivision, yeah. But the mesh has more subdivisions, right? Clots should in principle have more subdivisions, right? So I'm just trying to super simplify this, and this is for the kind of organic character rig that I want. This is just not gonna be very good, right? So I need to, yeah, I was paying a price that it probably can be solved. I just happened to make those snappings, and this was not adequate, because the work that I remember when I first modeled this and I was doing the first attempts of clot rigging for this, even with that low poly mesh, I didn't snap it totally, and it could be just yeah, this solidify is already too strong. This is ridiculous, right? And offset outside, yes, yeah, so this is better, but we have a lot of, unfortunately, in Blender I think we are limited yet to those techniques. Ideally I thought about some extrusion geometry from geometry nodes, right? The problem is that what would be great is that, yeah, but then we have to cut through the geometry, and this can mess up rigging. It would need to be very because it will mess with the face loops. So what geometry nodes needed, in my opinion, is that some sort of system that recognizes image texture or texture, right? So that it can, no, not this, so that it can extrude mesh from texture. It can slice the geometry procedurally just to generate extrusions, but from the mapping of what it sees from the textures, from the UVs, or yeah, image texture onto UVs, and that would slice mesh geometry procedurally, not, and extrude then this procedurally, and so we'll have skin tight cloth extruded from the texture itself, from a mask image texture or a mask procedural texture. So, you know, black and white grayscale stuff. And so that would allow us to, instead of doing all this stuff, we just got it extruded from the, right? But then I wouldn't be able to solve this color here. That will need to be done in another way, right? But that will be another question. All right, so This can be better, right? Alright, so this is just details. Alright, so this was already re-rigged. And then we have this, that maybe these ones worth testing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna test for these ones. I'm gonna do this. Okay, let's do it again. Then all this thing over again. And so let's select the body, select this. I'll ignore these ones because yeah, I'll ignore that one. And the armature. Okay, then Shift D. And actually this is to be a highlight. So basically here, ignore what's going on there. We got to take off this shrink wrap stuff. Alright. The pose that so this piece of cloth, it's not very, this will require a lot more steps in rigging. Oh, that's not good. Okay, in principle it is fine, but as we try to do something different pose, we start to see that it just doesn't work very nicely. We have well, this is probably simple to avoid, but we have some shearing here, you see, and of course we don't want that. And individual origins, okay, so apparently I'm not able to get the same rotations here for some reason. Or it was just an illusion. Yeah, maybe it was an illusion. Anyways, okay, we got, and here we're gonna do differently. And we're gonna pose also it would be good to pose the spine as well. Okay, so this is enough. We'll try to assess multiple. Oh, I see. How can I? Okay, this is okay. I see what I can do. This will be interesting. So I'm gonna start splitting. And re-splitting. And resplitting. Okay, that maybe that's enough. All right, now so let's take off these things, and we could simplify with the no, let's skip like that. All right, then now I'm just gonna play with with this one. I'm going to change the rest position, and no, this is incorrect, right? I need to do this from yeah, I cannot reproduce this on my, so what I can do is, yeah, so I can pick a screenshot here. Yeah, let's leave this open so we can immediately compare. That will help. Alright, then, so that means I don't really need this one, right, folks? This was a mistake. Let's go back here and then do everything from here. So rest position, yeah, we'll lose those things, but that's fine. Temporarily, we're going to pick this. Yeah, this is just this single object. Delete all groups. Then transfer waves. Transfer waves. Then yes, here. Yes, 0 for now, because this is a re-rig, so we need to assess the neutral default stuff. So here again, pose position. So here I have this secondary screenshot. Actually, yeah, we're gonna take this screenshot, but we can already compare. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to do this later. Okay, I'll have to compare them on another file. So here in the Explorer thing of Windows. So here the next thing, we're going to delete all groups, then rest position. Then I'm doing this because the binding pose state is the safe one to transfer waves through this method, because I think there's nothing to like maintain the original source. I don't know which one would. This happens to exist in data transfer modifier, but here I'm not sure where it would be, if there is any. Oh, so here we can already try, because this cloth is more expanded. Let's try 2 meters and we'll see if there will be any difference to it. And now we can really make a test, and well, here we already, if there's any difference, we will be able to spot. And so here would be the new screenshot. Alright, and so here if I look at the latest screenshot that I've got, so this is the first one. The second one, which, okay, the first one is not very important. The second one, we see that this thing is still problematic. And then the last one, okay, the radius didn't do anything. You see? So the first one, which was wrong, the second one, a little improvement. first, second, third. Absolutely no difference. So this is apparently useless operation, useless setting. Ray radius, the precision was the same. Alright folks, so that's proof of concept. I can't say what that would, why that things will be relevant on wave transfers. If anyone knows. Alright folks, so here we can already I think I've saved right before anyway, so yeah, so we're about to transfer this. So here I'm going to get this, delete all groups, this, delete all groups, and here I'm going to waves transfer, no, what I'm doing here, just here and here, waves transfer waves. Unfortunately I have to redo this stuff by name all layers, that seems, and yeah, that's it. And then body to pouch, there's a here, shift alt holding, M pocket is the mantle pocket, so here transfer waves is the selection is here. Don't transfer waves to the object, to the body, right? This will be catastrophic. Already happened to me. So there's a little problem about this transfer method. It's not super safe, right? You can sometimes easily accidentally do the inverse and ruin everything. Alright, so here all these pieces of clothes, they were re-rigged in a very basic way. So you see, have still got some intersections here, but this will be, yeah, so this will be the topic for cloth rigging, more interesting stuff, right? I never rigged this kind of cloth, so I don't know which are the techniques, but maybe bendy bones for physics should be nice. We need some collisions, apparently. Something about the hair physics are too heavy now. I don't know why it wasn't like that before, I guess. Anyways, we need to, yeah, okay, so let's say that the re-rigging of the clothes are, I think I'm gonna try to focus on something else. The time is ending for my so just did some basal, which is not transfer wave, so because I've made changes, so this is always necessary in an ongoing process, but unfortunately, so maybe I need to leave it to later. Bottom lid crease fix deforms with the eye hole setup relates to lower face rig. Well, I did that. Yeah, we did that. This is the, I did that on yesterday. We have these forehead cheeks, and the top ones are not very powerful, but these ones, they do the trick, sort of, and they are controlled. This is a bit too strong there, so they are controlled by the eye holes there. this automation is not really necessary. We could, maybe they are we can not exchange everything here for better wave paints on these bendy bones here. Most likely this is not a bad idea, but this gave some more is more subtle, right? We can make different stuff with this. Okay, let's see something to grow now, so we can check this. This was fixed. Assess hip pivot point, simpler method. Oh, this is boring. Master bones aligned, this is no. Shoulder rig fix mesh. Okay, this is complicated. Topology. This could be, yeah, geometry, right? Geometry and topology. So this is like improve mesh geometry. Yeah, so yeah, all this I remember. I want to fix these things for a long time already. So this is sort of, this has some priority. Improve base wave. Well, this depends on this, right? So our I think this text is confusing. So this is hand thumb around metacarpal knuckle region. So this is some sort of wave paint thing. I've changed the geometry of the hand. It will be easier if we could use the bones here. Deform rig, all the bones on the deform rig, alright. Well, these are missing the wave painting, and here we have some mistakes. Yeah, this is all messed up. These are okay, these are okay, this can be improved. Yeah, so let's improve this wave paint of the hand here. So let's just pick this mesh here, and so this is the wrist. We can hide this bone, and let's get some I got a graphic palette, so this is helpful for sculpting wave paint. So this, I don't know what happened to this. Do accidentally went to some control bones? No. Sort by name. No, so it's just okay. They are just, maybe I just deleted because they were too bad. Even for the opposite side. Yeah, apparently even for the. Alright, so I'm gonna try to wave paint that. So maybe this is why I was having at some point some strange waves. So here is sort of simple. We just want, yeah, this metacarpal will include the knuckle, right, region. So we want strong waves here, stronger waves here in some areas. And yeah, also I don't want to include this part of the wrist, so this should be enough. I could use a fingers masking, because this is the very easy to mess up. Yeah, so it's just the metacarpal, so it's just around this. So after I get this, yeah, also below, because this when did that happen? Oh yes, selection by seams. Okay, just this, Shift H, there you go. Yeah, this is good. Good waves here. Too strong, of course, but to start with, we have good. I've augmented the mesh geometry here and had to make change to the mesh topology, so you have a bit more realistic model here. And this will be very important because although yeah, hands are expressive, and it will be very hard to do what I wanted to do with a so low poly mesh that I have. Maybe it's possible, some artists, I think they can do it, but I was not being very successful at it. So here, let's augment these waves here, and that should be it. And here for this, I don't think this needs even these low waves, but we can, yeah, this will be a contamination, right? We don't want that, so we can just, it's good to have those certain thresholds. To respect, at least to keep it organized. So yeah, for example, this low wave, so maybe this mesh here, it can influence a little this part, but it's just very, very little. And here we may try to end up here. Yeah, because this is the joint between the two fingers. Maybe, yeah, it could have some low waves here. So yeah, so maybe this still makes some sense, but no more than here. Yeah, that's it. And try to smooth this out. All right. We can of course test, but this bone is movable. To test this, we'll need, at least I'm not using mask, so auto I key, no, let's use this bone. Yeah, so some things there I'll have to assess later. This is just a very just an organizational setup for now. So next one. Okay, so here we start already blurring. So the center one should have a lot of influence on the sides. I'm having trouble smoothing this on this. It could be time for another tool. Here, let's blur this. Yeah, maybe here this here might be wrong. Maybe we need to play more smartly with the waves in these joints. Yeah, so this I'm not sure right now how it will be solved. The joint here has been a big trouble. It was something about the bones positioning, yes, but then it ended up being more than that. The wave painting, you know, but the bones positioning was also very important. Okay, so here, because this is the thumb area and this, it's important to maybe to have some influence from lower influence here. Here we don't want these heavy waves here, and I'm using R and F to navigate like this. So sort of pen, yeah, like gaming pen that works. Here we can maybe do these loops here. I don't care too much because this is the middle metacarpal, so it can have this influence on both sides. Yeah, can have some subtle influences to the all around the hand. And here, yes, you can do this. Okay, let's get everything there. Here, let's try to connect these waves here. Blur all this area, and here, same thing. And try to blur the joint here, and augment the knuckles ridge there, the waves of the this knuckles ridge. All right, this should be fine if we pick it here. Okay, nothing too lastly. Okay, we can actually do some improvements here. If I just did that, that should help a lot. Wave painting. Okay, last metacarpal thing here. So this will provide waves here, stronger in this joint, and if I compare it, yeah, so I try to not reach, yeah, these waves on the thumb I'm gonna destroy later. This is just temporarily here. All right, this is a mistake. Yeah, all right, so here start blurring. So this one will reach some waves into here, right? That's the maximum around, yeah, around the joint here, and here just blur these joints here. this part, yeah, I can have some small influence here, but this is the threshold, right? No. Use the camera. Okay, here we can try to blur here and maybe here too. Save. Here we can, no, not this, yeah, maybe this one a little. Then here I think that's too much waves in this part. Here we blur a little more, but we've lost some influence here, so let's assign waves, stronger waves there, and now I think the thumb region, which is this one, has already strong waves there, so we just want to blur this a lot. And I think that's it. Nothing. Let's check. Strange deforms here. I don't know why these ones. Maybe it's something about this thumb maybe needs more waves on this whole region. Yeah, it seems that. Let's use the mix. These waves, of course, they don't seem good for the metacarpal of the thumb. Don't want this influence there. Might end up about here, right? So it was not wrong to have this just as difficult to paint this thing properly. Too much. It's the mesh here is the geometry is complicated. Okay, so maybe this, and here we try to add a few more waves in this. Let's try to loop where it needs. Yeah, somewhere like here, and then we just blur where it shouldn't be as necessary. Here, let's reduce the blur a little and alright, it's not terrible, but I have some issues here that I'm not aware of what's causing something about these deforms that are happening here that oh, I see that's what is going here. So this metacarpal apparently needs to be maybe pulling more mesh here, not this one. Yeah, so it seems that it shouldn't be having thumb influence as I was doing. This will be terrible. The fingers are broken, right? Yeah, so here's very strange. I think there's something about the lacking structure here. Maybe from the something about the wrist, I guess. We'll check that. So this wave might be, yeah, because of the topology and the geometry, I sort of have to do this, but it's not very very accurate, right, folks? So here, let's try to, yeah, there's the wrist bone which is hidden. Maybe it's the culprit of this. So this wrist bone, it should be able to generate some basal structure equalizing everything in some way, right? But it didn't solve yet everything. Yeah, looping like that is dangerous. But yeah, maybe this offers a little more structure, but it's probably not sufficient. There's something else going on. That I hadn't figured out. What I can do from this condition here is to, now this is dangerous because there is more important waves on the other back end of the wrist. So no, that's not, I was about to use a smooth modify smooth smoothing operation, but you cannot mask the smoothing, so it will go wild on everything else, so it's not safe. Or we can do and then refix whatever is, but I don't want to refix anything there. It's already enough to fix stuff here, so let's just do this. And could be that the fingers themselves, they have some strange waves, and I haven't assessed that. No, the fingers seem to be, yeah, there are some waves here that makes no sense positioning here, but that's not likely to be causing this kind of damage. Yeah, no, certainly not. Rogue waves, it's not the case. Well, maybe there's rogue waves indeed. Let's see. Shift X, let's pick, not Shift X, Control Shift X. Finger metacarpal fan wrist. Oh, there's a fan bomb. No, but no, not that. Definitely not that. Finger metacarpal index, right? Finger metacarpal in the middle. Ah, yes, here. So let's use a mix. Try to give a bit more structure here. Can maybe use this. Not sure this is a good idea, but it seems to be helping a little. So this is working like an extra wrist, which is kind of stupid. So and here we got more problems for, but this is a joint problem. This is a different problem than this. Although they are connected stuff, it's not the. Okay, let's continue the assessment here. The pinky, nothing there. The metacarpal thumb, maybe this one we can also do something here, alright, but no to no avail. That doesn't seem to improve too much. Finger phalanx proximal. Oh yes, alright, so maybe this is the reason. We need to add waves for the finger onto now. This is not, yeah, the bone is there, right? So no, this is not. So I can try to, maybe I delete these low waves here after all and try to focus, but this doesn't seem to be any good, right? Just simplifying the rig should be a good idea. So I don't need this because the metacarpal already, well, it's nice actually, it's not a wrong idea, because sometimes the metacarpal bone won't move and there could be some indirect skinning motion, that's slight, not a bad thing. So it was a mistake to delete those things, but maybe I can recreate this into a more elegant way, not so expensive or chaotic. The wrist bone is in front. Okay, so let's just ignore that for now. Let's fix this one. So yeah, this hand will there's more problem to solve here than I wanted, but we are progressing slowly. So at least we've made some. Let's check this again. Yeah, definitely there's something very bizarre about the way this. Maybe it's happening to all the bones of the hand. I haven't found rogue waves. It's just purely the way this thing is. The metacarpal needs to. The positioning, maybe it's wrong. Okay, let's try something else here. Should have a vertex group for the hand right before I. Yeah, let's make this, because otherwise this will be maddening, right? So let's add a hide vertex group, hide hands, right? And assign, well, just hand is fine because it's just the left side. So assign that maximum waves, yes. And no, the nails is something else. So maybe you can also, since we are here, hide nails. And for the nails is like this. See, we missed some vertices. All right, assign and hide everything. Select this and sort by name. This would be the hand. What would be the torso? Is 2. Hakama shirt. Yeah, this thing. So that's called 3 for now. Yeah. Hands 3. Yeah. Nail 3B and hand 3A, and yeah, there would be other classifications, and then head would be 1, and that's it. So sort by name again. Okay, then we have this. We can just select and re-hide that. So I don't want any accidental rogue waves elsewhere, so this is why this is very important. I don't think this wrist here is important for this. Well, it might have some effect, but you see, it's not solving. Maybe it helps a little, but no, it's arguable. So this, the metacarpal, oh, the metacarpal thumb, yeah, that is one culprit. So look how extensive those waves are getting there. Add, take off this, right? So here we can cut off all those influence here. This is enough. This sort of improved a lot, but it's not sufficient. So here, take off these waves. We're gonna blur this thing. So here try to be way more accurate than I was before. Not exaggerating the waves in areas that are too sensible. So here we can have, but it will be up to there, nothing, no much more than that. And here we can also take off these waves. Yes. And here we start blurring this, all right. And that would be the metacarpal of the thumb. Apparently we got a little more excessive waves on this area here, so we don't want that. So control. Okay, I'm having trouble with some bones, so let's just hide them. Wrong selection of bone. Okay, maybe a little better, but we're still struggling there. So that was one culprit. The positioning of the joint might be structurally bad for what I'm trying to do. And it could be that I've exaggerated the... No. So let's try to take off waves from this, from the other metacarpal, so it doesn't mess up with too much with this, right? And it focuses on the so you see here with this amount of waves, we need to be careful here with this. The orientation of the bone can also be confusing for what it needs to be doing. All these waves are garbage. We don't need this either. Yeah, so I have low waves here. And then here, yeah, we need some more subdivisions. To allow this to be better. And so here we see we can get some structure now, but so the metacarpal here wave painting was very bad. By making these blended waves here with this joint, this can be a little dangerous, this part here. Even though it might be looking like that I'm solving other critical problems, actually this is very, very dangerous. We might probably need a corrective bone for this. And posing here is very bad because I don't have my... Oh, my auto key is going on, but... Oh, yes, okay. I can do it. Okay, I can do auto key. Even on wave pane mode. I wasn't being able to swap because of the... I was using the stylus. Okay, so you have some big trouble there with this joint. Yeah, it is the exaggerated wave. I think the location of the knuckle is not wrong, but not necessarily wrong, but then how it interacts with the waves might be the one of the... I think no, I'm not lost anymore. Yeah, so I should rush the some corrective method here. The fan bone should be the best approach, and I intend just use it for this joint here. So let's see, just the most critical one. We could have one on anyone, but let's do here. So I'm gonna extrude the bone from here. Yeah, extrude X on here, then let's make it visible. It doesn't need to be... Yeah, so I'm gonna paint it like orange. So I'm gonna def knuckle yeah, this is okay, this for now. I'll just try one, then gonna symmetrize its name already, then gonna add soundtrack. I need to download these soundtracks and play them with, so this stops happening. Alright. What I need to do here, the fan bone needs to be aligned. Let's align with this. I'll just parent the fan bone to the deform, and in principle I should constrain it, copy transforms, or copy rotation actually, so that it will be inverted. pose space and replace, or before original, not sure, no, local space, well, local space with parent, local space with parent is it's not rotating properly. The axes are matching, but it sounds like we need some alright. This is good. Okay, so this is what a fan bone should be doing. So derotating, and then I need to change this to some value like this. Good. So this seems to be the perfect derotator for the parenting it to the deformed bone. I think that's how I usually do, so I don't know if it. Okay, so this is the leave it visible, and now it needs to be a deformed bone, yes, and it needs to have some waves from yes, so we can have like a yeah, so there's a technique here. I'm gonna do that. Merge vertex groups, right? So I'm gonna pick this one. Yeah, okay. I need to know the name, right? So this is annoying. If my names are easier here. Okay, so then I get here. No, the mesh. Then for the modifiers, add a edit, mesh edit, or mesh mix actually, then move it up. Then vertex group would be this one, then the other would be finger phalanx, no, finger metacarpal index left. Okay, at least I know the medical names, anatomic names. So here we don't need these ones. Vertex group A and B, yes. Oh, this is not good. No, hold on, I did something wrong, because what I want, the vertex group A, of the finger, I need it to be like this one. I want to duplicate it, so I've got a duplicate vertex group, and I'll call it at the end of the stack, so that's good. I'm gonna call it the name of this bone, so I'm gonna immediately match there. So now this bone is already working as a counter, but it doesn't hold enough waves. We're gonna make it mix. So to do this, I'm gonna bring it here again. Now I'm gonna pick this name just to be sure. This will be the one. Let's enable that. So this will mix up with this one. Replace, yes, replace. We can even check what this modifier is doing. Oh, it is mixing there. Okay, we can take that off, but there will be other ways to solve this. Mix mode, replace, mix, multiply, no, not multiply, not divide, not subtract, not add. You see, this is the extent, so it's actually, oh yeah, you see that both are not mixing. Oh, this is a way to look two at once. Great, I didn't know about that. Ah, finally I found a way to sort of do that. Okay, then not difference, not average. Average could be cool, but minimum, maximums. It will be mix, right? Where is the... Well, we could do this, right? But average sort of cool, yeah. Because all the rest... Yeah, so it's nothing like that. So let's just use the average, and then we can use this, right? Sort of mix them a little more. That might be okay. Then normalize waves. Yeah, no, I'm not sure about that. So just take this off. Let's do this. See. It sort of improves the, and then we of course apply, and then now this is the new waves. This doesn't affect the finger here. Yeah, this was the effect of the smoothing, right? So don't like how it took extra waves from the extremity. Anyways, so here we see that this finger needs more waves here, so we can maybe use mix here and try to improve waves in this region. Something like that. Yeah, okay, lots of waves here, and now blur, maximum blur, and here blur too. All right, you see row waves there. This is why it's important to be masking, and what I'm not doing right now. At least the hand is masked, so this is already something. Alright, then let's check here. No, let's check here. Yeah, it's much better, but still got some weird stuff there going on. Maybe I need... Oh, yeah, maybe I need that indeed. So let's... improve those waves here. A bit bizarre, but... okay, what works, works. Here we... okay, the problem is that this is sort of rotating on the side, right? So maybe I don't want the side derotators, because this is not the... this bendy bone is for the X rotation, so I don't need this... it's just for the X derotation, right? So it doesn't follow, it derotate the mesh, and that's it. Good special setup, and we can then improve this here and here, and there's too much waves there, but that's fine for now. And the more the artifact is powerful, the more we can benefit from derotation, stronger derotation. So this joint, it's probably much better now. Yeah, it's hard to see what we're doing here. If I turn this off, we got Maybe it's a bit too strong, right? It's even sort of cancelling the rotation of the mesh itself, right? And so this is not good. So this is why this value should be an angle, right? Something less 15 degrees when 90 degrees rotation of the original deformed bones, and then 30. So here the equivalent, this is 0 to 1, so trigonometry, I don't remember what would be the equivalent in radians, right? But we can do visually, so I think this will be about it. So, and the most important is how it looks. So the deform seems to be fine here. All right, folks. So this is one, just one helper bone for the knuckle, and it seems to do really good results, even though with some things that we need to improve, like for example the extent here. We totally don't want this, because this will be the case for another, the case for other of these deformed bones. In it has some rogue waves even. Yeah, it doesn't need these rogue waves, and we can probably improve some more of the waves here, maybe with some improve the blur here. We can play and see what works better, but this is all the area for the joint. So this, since we have this helper bone, my worth do a lot of adjustments here, except here we don't want I don't have too much mesh here, so this is why, yeah, this joint doesn't need any waves from the bone, right? It's stupid. I think it's just doing its job for the knuckle, the main knuckle joint there, not the other ones. They would require their own helper bone. This is very good, I would say. Very, very good. I think I don't have this experience of doing this kind of hand rig, and that's really good deform. Could still be improved, but for now it is proof of concept for me. So knuckles on the main joint, on the finger joint, but essentially the one more complex one, which is this one, really works well. We could use for the thumb, or is the thumb fine? No, the thumb I think is fine. The rotations here are not that much, right? Here is just stupid wave paint that are going on. This is not even a 90 degrees, right? So rotation on one direction. Yeah, actually could one single in this one should be nice idea. Exact. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm not gonna do anything with those bones now, just gonna precise where I want them. So here we Shift D and Shift D. Of course, this changing the targets here. Yeah, I'll do that later. So I just want to get these things in place, right? Then align here, align here, align here. We can, yeah. Oh, I was doing yeah, in the wrong mode. I hope I didn't mess up with the rig. So alright, so parent this to the deform there, keep offset. This one is already parent here, right? parent to the deform, parent to the deform, keep offset. Then for the reset this. We're gonna change the targets. It will be pose mode. Is the deform bone. There we go. So it's all the same thing. Only this one will be different. Here we want all of the rotators, and we want the deform metacarpal thumb, and we want there. And so now they don't have, they are deformed bones, but they don't have vertex groups, so we are only gonna see the rotations, but for them we need to wave paint them properly. We use the similar method there, but you can paint manually, right? It's faster than using, depending on the case, right? So here, unfortunately, they have wrong names, so I'm gonna just delete this junk. I shouldn't have used that. Should have temporarily disabled that. So we're gonna just get this back, and okay, so I did it wrong, folks. What I need to do is change here, finger joint, index, so pinky. One day I'll change these names, right, and make them less scientific but more easy readable. And this middle finger, how come I don't know the name of the middle finger in English? Name of fingers, because it's not my middle. This is the middle finger. How poor. In Portuguese, this would be a more special name. All right, so dumb naming here. So it's just the way it is, right? Each language. So here we need to Alright, so now that I have this renamed, this one thumb and thumb and this, and now I can go to the opposite side, and now yes, delete. It's not problem to, well, I could have deleted them by turning this off, right? That will do the same. So I just, anyways, I had to rename them, so delete these ones, go back, and we don't need to look at this axis right now. So now we symmetrize, and now we have all our fan bone for the main knuckles. We'll see for the minor knuckles if that, I probably think it is necessary because the fingers, they do rotate 90 degrees, so I don't have another corrective method for that, and changing the rest position of the mesh is sort of too radical. This is much simpler, right? So yeah, we'll probably be adding more of these fan bones. So here why don't you show me the real image? I was wrong. In Portuguese also a boring name for the dedo médio, medium finger instead of middle finger, but it's the same idea. Alright folks, so here we sort of found out that hand thumb around metacarpal knuckles, yes, this sort of, well, we got it. but I haven't finished, so what I'm going to do is just simplify this stuff. We're gonna need something for the helper bones. Yeah, so here we got indeed this improvement. That means that shoulders, yeah, that will be like shoulders, armpit. I have this right. Armpit is shoulder, so bendy bone splines. No. This is no clavicle. No, bendy bone spine here. No, this is all mixed up. So just armpit. Yeah. So this is what's the name? B-bone spline, helper bone. Okay, just the armpit, I think. Then helper bone, and recheck knee, elbow. Yeah. Because the knee is the same as the elbow. The elbow already rigged, the knee I'm not sure. So no more for helper bones. Then here simple fan bones is the we have shoulders, yes, pelvis, yes, with plus funny bones, so this is more complicated, so not address this here. See if this setup is enough, or then how do you say, the funny bones like the pelvis. And then knees, I don't need knees, I don't need elbows. So this is old stuff. And yes, so main knuckles including thumbs, yes, we did that. So wave paint, add fan bones to all finger joints. Yes, so that will be like good, right? I should even change this thing. It's too this doesn't help in organizing. This is more daunting, more stuff to, but it's easier to develop, right? Yeah. Armpit, and there we go. So I have I'm using two types of base corrective methods, right? B-bone spline, and the B-bone spline that I'm using are very ridiculous. It's just, you see where the handle is tangent is like, I'm reusing the deformed bones there, so of the forearm and the upper arm. So this is so usually I would create handles for it, but now I see that this is also used, and there is something here that I just cannot find the solution for. It's a mystery. Start handle automatic, okay, then it has absolute depth wrist. Wait, why if I leave it connected? Yeah, so mystery, this is intriguing. So mystery of the wrist. Let's address this one last time. Mystery of wrist and forearm interaction. Sorry about writing those things, folks, but that is part of the production and the workflow demonstration. So here, so see how down the rabbit hole these things can go. So here, let's save first of all. I'm saving on the Aisha 30. I need to get. I would like to not have this as a bendy bone, but if it is not a bendy bone, then the results of the deform for some reason of the wrist are much worse, and I cannot explain this. It's just too strange. It's nothing relative to curved, so it's not this bone starts straight, so it's not this. So this happens. And this is not a connected parenting, so I cannot just leave it on automatic. I want to use the if I connected this to this will probably mess up my hand, the setup that I have here. It will be extremely dangerous to do that. And that would just change this, it's just the handle change, so in exchange for messing up everything. So out of curiosity, maybe that would be responsible for. We see that this changes the data here. It's all the same. Yeah, so if I get to automatic, of course nothing good happens. Oh, looks like could be that the bendy bone, maybe I'm losing the joint in some strange way when this is not a bendy bone. Yes, it could be. No, when it becomes a bendy bone, it like continues curving, right? But I don't see it curving, right? This is the mystery, and this bone goes crazy. Oh, because of the rotation, of course. The bone rotates, and the bendy bone needs to curve towards the absolute, right? Absolute thing, something like that. And however, there is a difference. Automatic, it's like it doesn't have handle, so it doesn't. So here it's not doing twisting. Then here maybe it's some artifact. No, this is relative. All right. I'm not sure this is good deforms, but it does the, seems to be providing the twisting feature, and the bone doesn't, bendy bone doesn't go crazy. See, it's twisting. And on the absolute, the twisting happens, the bendy bone also rotates in a crazy way just to follow that curvature. So there's the tangent thing, which doesn't do anything. The absolute, the automatic, which doesn't work here. So relative, I never used that, but right, it seems to be doing, yeah, there's twisting, so it's nothing about this. Relative, it seems to be doing just as, let's try now. So if I turn off absolute, yeah, so there is a difference, but it's very slight difference. I don't know which one is better, but actually tangent goes crazy, absolute and relative. So this was my original setup. This will be the setup with relative, not too much of a difference, and we got the twisting. There's not enough more twisting because of that, so relative. And here, if I turn this off, no, the relative is not affected by, so the mystery is not solved, folks, but this, I think I've just found fundamental thing about the bendy bone features. So this is the last thing that I didn't know why would it be used. Now I found a real use for relative. Now I know how to use all of them. Fantastic. After hours doing this stuff. Okay, let's go here and show the madness. So this is the setup. Solved. Actually, let's do this for the other side. I'm not symmetrizing this because there's a bug or inconsistency with the symmetrizing of I key panel data. The z-axis limit z is bugged. It doesn't symmetrize these relations there. The blue arc there doesn't symmetrize, so I had to symmetrize manually. All right, let's show this map. Oh, it's still happening on occasions. Or did I messed up? So I didn't find anything good then. Let's reset. Yeah, it's going crazy. So this is not good. So in the end, no, this is not good use. Hopefully, so need to test this stuff right before doing something crazy. So this is one case of the joint gets completely messed up, right? Tangent sort of does yeah, here tangent, and it's not just the bone, right? There is some crazy bendiness on the... So the way to solve this, actually, I know another way, since I cannot seem to... Automatic, it doesn't twist, right? So relative will get it's crazy. So let's leave in absolute, and yeah, very important that I found this. So I know how to play with that. Some older setup, gun edit mode, and we actually, before that, this was a highlight, folks. So first let's fix Stop Fox Films, welcome. Have you tried to set world cursor to world origin before symmetrize? Oh, interesting idea. This is an old Blender practice, right? When the symmetrizing powers are not that good. Maybe that works for... I already reported the z-axis thing, the limit z, so they will fix that, I hope, soon. But maybe this is right. Maybe that setting needs the, as you say, because it's an old structure that was never revised. Now they're gonna revise it. So here, what's going wrong? I need to just fix this. So thanks for the idea. Let's try that in a moment. So this not relative. I thought that would work. Actually, that messed up everything. So the setup here. Let's make the highlight right after I do the test with the z limit z symmetrization. Maybe that works, and for this workflow would be a life savior. Good idea. So to test now, yeah, highlights. All right, folks. So here another interesting thing that you see that I have a bendy bone, and this is for the forearm, and this does wrist twisting, the twist feature that we can also do with twist bones as helper bones. But we can do this helping thing with just by using some bendy bones feature. So you see I'm on pose mode here. What I'm going to do is, what's happening is that this is no new, right? I think Dico has something about that. But this tutorial, so we got the automatic start handle, and the bendy bone targets, well, actually it doesn't target nothing. So it doesn't bend from the, we don't see, but it doesn't bend from the beginning, right, the start. So this is good because I've tried many things, and actually just the forearm is good for bending. Maybe the shoulder bone, the forearm bone, I found that it might be good to have some similar setup. So the end handle will be the next bone, and I need to, they are not parented connected, they are parented offset to something else. So I need to use something else like absolute to have this. This won't do anything, I guess. Anyways, so here the question is that the bendy bone gets, despite it does the twisting here, and it's doing somewhat well in my opinion, but it's not doing well this stuff. Something very curious that I found is it's a mystery. When I add this segment, this is the target, the end handle, a segment, then it maintains the wrist twisting feature properly, but it sort of solves this kind of stuff that I was mentioning automagically. So I don't understand this. I have tried all the other things. I thought that for the right, but nothing here really relative seems to solve, but then I was about to think, no, look what it does, so it does not help. So actually I'll keep absolute and show you how we can solve this in a way that is sort of cartoony. Yeah, that's happens when I rig my cars. Yes, okay. So it's playing with the ease in and ease out of the bendy bones panel for each bendy bone. Of course, here I am on pose mode, so I'm just gonna check which direction of bending we want here. It's not the ease in, this will be for the beginning, so it's the ease out, right? Not the ease in. So because these values here, they are not root, they are not edit mode. We are on pose mode here, so the settings are the same on edit mode, but they start at 1 by default, and here they start at 0. If we reset though, yeah, it's good. This is good reset to what it is on edit mode. So I need to augment or diminish this out thing by a lot. I don't need to be perfect here, so we can get what makes it look good, and we can play with those things on edit mode actually. Yeah, so here actually, sorry folks, this is not what I want. So I need to diminish this, but I'll do this on edit mode. So I'm gonna do this, and that would cause some, is that correct? Now I'm doubting myself. Right, but is this even proportional? Oh, actually it's because this is a lot already. That's right. I was going beyond. I was looking for the minus but negative value, but no, it's just, you see, I was doing about a negative 7, right? So even more, right? Negative. So you can have very cool natural or cartoony bendings, special bendings that we won't achieve in, I can't show now because this setup is not ready for all the parts of the limb, so you can be playing on that on, so here on pose mode, that's, I want something like 9, yeah, so 0, so it's a -9 on -0.9 here for the out, no, this is wrong, so it's this minus 0.9 now, so here now this will get the, we don't see here, but this will add more negative in this case, right? So this will destroy the bendy thing, but here you see, and so this makes that I don't need to play with these segments. I don't know, now that I've made those changes, that will be messy. Okay folks, so that is the highlight here, and very cool things to explore here, but make sure to do this on edit mode, because then we have rootly stuff. Otherwise these are just transforms that we can keyframe, but they will be lost. You can even drive them, right? Or at keyframe, but so these are dynamic stuff, those are static, right? The default, the root stuff on edit mode. And something is similar here, like I think some curve in X, curve out, those are similar. So I don't really know the difference, but I usually use these ones, they are closer and they work. But they are very sensible, it's very easy to destroy anything. Integer number is minus, positive, more or less, is just too much already, right? So you can use them slightly and combine them to, okay, so this is great. So this sort of, the mystery of the bendy bone here not solved, but we got that thing right. Let's close the highlight thing, and here also let's symmetrize this with manually for now. Right now I do the test just so that I don't forget what I've done here. Yeah, we need this bendy bone to just have Oh, okay, it got symmetrized, that feature. Okay, no need symmetrization. Okay, we're gonna pick some bone that is easy to check and to this asymmet. Okay, now they are symmetric. I'm gonna save here. Is the hands of the and the arms two separate meshes? No, they are the same mesh. They are the same body mesh object here. It's just that it was hidden on edit mode, the mesh, for wave painting of the fingers I was doing before. I was using implementing some fan bones for the derotators, right? Helper bones that derotate. It happens in this one. It derotates. It's a deformed bone that is derotating, right? Invert rotation to its pair in relation to its pair, which is the phalanx here. This phalanx, the deformed bone actually, because it's simpler. So parent offset to it and stack with the copy transforms. No, not copy transform. Copy rotation that does the invert, and you get. I tested it. This was using for other parts of the rig, but this is a fan bone, a simple case fan bone, right? It's just for these rotations. I ignore on the others, otherwise it will derotate the fingers. That will be crazy. It would help the deforms, but it will be dangerous. So the most important is for this. If I turn this off, here we need more rotation to see the effects. Well, turns out I don't see the okay, this looks like a bug. It shouldn't be like that. It's too good to makes no sense to me. So anyways, it's like the fan bone is not doing anything of relevance and the reading is already good. Totally senseless. Alright, let's do the thing here. So I have manually found, it's very annoying to find the, I even tried to make a driver to get those panels right. It works, right? It must be somewhere, but how to know? It will be the driver on the opposite one, so you have some limit Z thing. Yeah, I can't find now, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna symmetrize normally, right? Without any being very careless, and you'll see what will happen here. Symmetrize, save. Okay, symmetrize, and there we go. They got. You see, there's an angle here. So this is asymmetric. It's hard to spot, but that's it. They are not symmetrical. So now let's see if I will do a Control Z. Okay, now they are symmetrical or symmetric. Now world origin. Some object is not in the origin. I see. Gonna fix that later. Okay. 3D cursor and symmetrize, or maybe mirror. We'll see that. Symmetrize. No, it's tilted, so this doesn't work. But maybe okay, need to okay, I did Control Z. Okay, so maybe here if we there's another thing, right? For bones, could Shift D and mirror. The mirror won't really work as a symmetrizer, right? So shift D, and you need then to that creates a symmetric thing. I don't think so, but worth checking just in case. Where is the is must be on? Yeah, no, the values are wrong. Yes, they are. Wait, I need to double check this. I'm not sure. Yeah, we need to actually first do wrong, then shift D, and yeah, no, not the case. So let's delete here, not this. Okay, let's delete this one, then let's duplicate. Is that the right thing to? Oh yes, okay, so maybe yeah, it continues having the same problem, and if we symmetrize this, it also sustains the same thing. Yeah, so I can't find a way, so this doesn't, the symmetrize is operation is too specific, right? But good idea, worth trying. And maybe there's another operation for symmetrizing that I don't think so, but for the armature something, as there is for mesh. For mesh there are a lot of things. Yeah, so here was the test. Anything? So you got this. Yeah, there's this object. I need to see what is that. Something got displaced. Okay, it's not this. It's not this. It's not this. Not the armature. Just in case you don't see. Looks like a lot of objects have been. Oh, of course, I know what is it. All these objects, I moved them up because of some rig fixing. All right, I have to make a correction here. Body. Yeah, correction highlight on the same stream. Little mistake here, folks. For the, you see the origins of these objects that I've moved up. They were messed up. So we need to make them selectable. Include this, hold control, not the body, and then in principle I just want to set origin to 3D cursor. No, there's still, oh, I forgot one of them. No, they were. Okay, let's see. Oh, the hair. Okay, I forgot the hair. So sorry, folks. There we go. Then set origin to 3D curves. Okay, and that seems to be fine. Their transforms, right? Also. Well. Location 0, everything seems to be fine. So what's... Okay, we got some... Apply all transforms. That should fix anything wrong here, and this also seems all correct now. And for yes, and that's it, folks. Finished. Alright, so that was the conclusion of this little spotted the problem. And was able to solve it before it was too late. So here, let's see what we can do more today on these developments. One last thing. There's this hip thing. I'm intrigued. And yeah, helper bones, clavicle. This will be another category of helper bones. Category 1 rigger in Blender that does custom rigs. I have Philo Vivero helper bones. Yeah, he does. So I'm gonna try to do some technique for the clavicle color bones, some regular bones, so in a more structural way, and not so those flying bones there that are. It'll be something more anatomical specific, and so, but this in another moment. So here, let's see what we have. Yeah, these. I want to make sure. Let's improve this bone here. Yeah, I'm struggling with this because it's double bone. This is sort of a spine control, and this is what? A master hip, which doesn't work. Okay, so I mean it works, but it is auto I key. Is the last, so it doesn't provide help here. So this is the hip swing thing, and there's some strange, yeah, as usual, this is something about this very complicated stuff that I was trying to do here. Nothing to reset here, so this is not the problem of these deformed bendy bones. Is there their interaction with this? So this is not the regular way of doing this. But it is working, so that is what matters for now. but I'd like to improve this. So this is kind of crazy because it displays the I key chain here from the, but I can just reset this bone, right? This one actually. So this is the actual, I always get confused. What is this one? Control spine down. Oh, this is sort of a buffer bone, I guess. It's like the, it's basically the same thing, but yeah. So I think this bone is like, it will be more of a mechanism bone, I guess. So it is parented to, I remember someone did that, horizontal split. Let's look at here just for the parenting relations. So this is parent to the master hip, alright, but then it is the master hip which does this, and its bone constraint is, yeah, then we use here for the bone constraints. Transformation. Oh, the target was lost. What is this madness? No, this is a transformation bone constraint. I'm not using it. No, I'm not using it. It's a nodal experiment, so not important. All right, so and okay, we have this no bone constraint here apparently, so it's just, so I don't see why we would pick this individually, and it is moved by this through I key if we want, but it's not super interesting. This one is more interesting, and this one too. All right, so the way the riggers do this kind of spine rig, here the control ball is not showing because it's here, right? The reason why I can't do this as exactly like the other riggers is that the spine here is parented connected. So this allows to make this auto I key option to work, and so I have all these controls, and this is go crazy. I've made some highlights on this. Just look. So auto I key option here, it is much more powerful than it looks like. However, to combine it with other rig structures is not simple. Like for example, this I have to make some tutorial to teach it, or some highlight how to build this type of rig, but in principle, if I make a double selection here, I can extend, I can do this from the master I key, and I can pull this, or yeah, pull or push, right, according to the auto I key length that is here. We can control with the middle mouse. So this is very, very, very powerful for posing, right? And this is an inbuilt Blender thing, right? Auto I key option. And the I key bond constraint actually I have here is not even here, it is here. So I have more control on these bonds because they are not bond constrained. This is the, so there is a tutorial from Ryan King, this famous guy there, that I think the only tutorial in Blender that talks about the idea of using the I key bond constraint without use tail, so it goes in this position instead of previous, and then this improves these possibilities here. And alright, but I have to make a tutorial because it's a complicated there are plenty of things going on here, but essentially most of this, the basics here, can be done with just this connected parenting. So see how cool that is. Alright, and we cannot move this bone independently, but we can if we have a chain length of 2 with the master I key. And there are other controllers, but this will be more complicated. So alright, so I'm trying to improve this because if the spine goes down, it will meet some challenge there. And the idea is that the spine needs to split, but I cannot just split it anywhere. It is very, very complicated to because the connected parenting won't allow us to bone constraint these bones. They are very locked, they are very limited now, but they have all this F key and I key potential if we want. There's a way to make this I key work. I don't remember what was it. Maybe just it was just this one. No, it was then this one. No, it's some sort of multi-selection. With probably, there we go. So very simple. Now, how to get, yeah, I don't expect to find a solution, but right away. So the way the other riggers they do that is with, there is a, they change the pivot point of one of these bones of the spine. I've already done it by just having this bone here. It is pointing downward. It will be easier if we look at this. So the spine goes up from the bottom. At the first moment that I split the spine somewhere, like in the bottom, as I've done, then I will lose the auto I key because there will be no more parented connected, unless there would be a way to make a crazy connection between bones that I don't think this is very plausible. So it's very interesting that the spine goes until the coccyx, until the bottom, the IK spine, so we can have all this motion. Why lose this? It will be, I think it will be very stupid, right? So this is why this is like a priority on this rig. And this is the master hip. Why it is so small? Okay, because it is very thin, right? That is the other control bone that is actually parented, connected to this joint there. And so this joint is what interesting. So the pivot, well, there are two pivots here. Exactly, something worth to understand. Maybe I can improve this. So I have this pivot and this pivot. So this is, yeah, they are pivoting from this point, okay. But then as I rotate the master hip, exactly, then this pivot takes place, and this is an extra pivot that is not super, yeah, it shouldn't be moved. So maybe I should just change the name of this to, or the color. Yeah, let's do this. What did I did here? No, nothing. So p bone, let's make this into, yeah, this one into a, what is this color? Gonna make into a, yeah, it is sort of locked. It's still a control bone, but it shouldn't be moving. So I leave it on this grayish color, teal color, and this is another common spine. This is a, yeah, this is also sort of a, I can pose this one even, so I have a full, yeah, so here's the bottomest part, but this is not controlled by, oh, it is, all right. But here you have total F key for the whole spine, so interesting. This shouldn't be scaling that, yeah, nor that. This one I think is mostly free to move, but I won't touch these scalings without really reassessing. So the only thing I would like to, I really would like to fix these deforms, the way these bendy bones are, but I was never able to, because they are already following curvatures of these controls, and they are following the curvature of the, yeah, so this is very crazy interaction, but these deforms are not compromising the rig so much, I hope. It's just badly looking bendy bones. If I find a way to improve that, so this is a, if there is a better setup for what I'm trying to do, that will be the ideal. That is, you see, don't even care about the bendy bones there, but provided you don't exaggerate something, in principle everything should be safe on this region. Yeah, it's not like, it's not compromising anything, it's smooth, right? So despite the effect of the bendy bones, on the bendy bones. Alright folks, so did I note that? Yeah, I just don't know how that could be achieved, so I have to, this is sort of implies finding better solution for essentially spine splitting up and down. Yeah, so up and down. So this is the secret. And so this is like one of those experimental topics that could be well forgotten maybe for now. This is also something that master bones aligned towards space, super bones for that. I cannot have this advantage for these control bones because, well, I can for some of them, right? Yeah, apparently that will be good for 3D animation. Apparently some guy, Pierrick from rigging and 3D animation, he mentioned that thing for using the graph editor. It makes sense. I'm not totally convinced this is absolutely necessary, but I think that is very useful because that gives precision, and that can be very important. So that will be a 3D animation topic mostly, but it relates to rigging a lot. It really depends on what the way the animator will have to animate. I don't trust much graph editor. I think it's bullshit. Bullshit. But of course I come from 2D animation background, so I really don't, and even not 2D digital, like 2D traditional, right? Drawing animation drawing. So I really don't understand well enough those features. I know this is relevant. I've seen some 3D animators explaining this and working with this graph editor, or in Maya also those curves. Sounds cool, but yeah, it's like, I think this is, it's like it doesn't really relate to the aesthetics that I want to animate anyway. So cool to learn and maybe fundamental for professionals that work in the industry, but cultural industry of that. But it's like too abstract and too technical and no fun with that. You can just animate right away doing, for most things, right? You can just have fun enjoy animating the character. I think this is, these guys that want to make curve graph stuff like the main thing for 3D animator, they just don't know how to enjoy a more spatial animation thing in some more conventional way. So maybe I'm the conservative guy here. Anyways, it's too alien for me, those curves. So anyways folks, that's enough for today. We've made some progress, made some interesting discoveries, and this will be something that I need more time to assess, to think about, and so keep it at an experimental layer here. I actually should make a division here so I can know what I'm doing, right? That separate junk from real work, right? So this is the real work. The real work from junkyard separator. There we go. So I even make this into a more vibrant color, so we know this is too vibrant actually. Yes, okay, so all this is what I really have to do, and the rest is junkyard. Okay, so by splitting this, you see, those are very feasible topics. Yeah, all this is fundamental now. Solve the geometry of this making it slightly more polygon stuff until I reach the melt rigging, and that will be arcades. Oh, there's something topic here also. Sorry about that. Just to complete here. So assess Dorothy's skeleton. Yeah, so I have it here. It's the old armature for an older rig, Dorothy, and it's her sister, and that armature has a lot of stuff that I need to make a big reassessment of everything and see if there's something I'm forgetting of essential, and especially maybe that will, yeah, there's probably will be good for the mount rig that I'm about to do. So we're gonna even put this before here. We can reuse some of those skeletons here, probably some parts of it. So thanks for watching, folks. That was it for now, for today. Take care and happy blending. See ya tomorrow, I hope. See ya, folks.